Hi there. Welcome to my channel. I'm Pamela and we're in my kitchen again where I share with you some of my favorite recipes or those most requested by friends and family. Today we are making Cowboy Caviar or Texas caviar, and this is definitely a favorite recipe to my family. We serve it mostly in the summertime because tomatoes are really ripe and beautiful. This is April, and so the tomatoes aren't so pretty, but I'm going to go ahead and use them anyway and just show you how it's done. I know you're going to love this recipe for your next barbecue or gathering. So what we have, get yourself a bowl. And I have a can of black-eyed peas, rinsed and drained. Now, they're a very mild flavor, but if for some reason you do not care for black-eyed peas, you can use black beans. But I try these because I think they're really delicious. Okay, so we've got our black-eyed peas. We have a can of corn, drained. And we've got some Roma tomatoes, 3 or 4 of them. I did want to show you something that's important. Cut your tomatoes in half and then take out the seeds. Just lift that out on each side and then chop up what remains. These green seeds are not very appealing, and Romas seem to have a lot of them. So we're just going to dice up the rest of this tomato. I kind of want to keep everything about the same size. I realize corn and beans are quite small. The tomato doesn't have to be diced that small, but just keep it on the small side. So we're going to add our tomatoes and the ones that I just diced. Now we've got 2 avocados, and I would use avocados that are not overly ripe, so you don't want them to get mushy in your dish. And we're just going to chop these. All right, got my avocado diced up. Now we have a bunch of fresh cilantro. And this is, you don't have to tear all the leaves off of the stems. Just put it on your chopping board and kind of at an angle, put your knife and there. We've got most of it. We'll leave the rest of that and those stems, and we're just going to chop this up. I know some people really don't like cilantro. I didn't used to like it either decades ago. I remember thinking it had an odd smell, but I love it now, and quite honestly, this dish would not be the same without cilantro. It just gives it such great flavor, along with some of the seasoning we're going to add. Okay, so that's 1 bunch of cilantro. Throw that in. Now, we're going to add some garlic, 2 cloves of garlic. This is a garlic press. You can buy it in a jar. I never have done that, but there are many times I wish I had, because sometimes this is just a bother. But if you don't have to do a lot of garlic, it's not a problem. But when a recipe calls for several cloves, this can get a little tiresome. So there. And you got to have strong hands to do that too. I take out the little bit of extra that didn't there. Okay, so we've got our 2 cloves of garlic. We need 3/4 of a teaspoon of salt. This is sea salt. You can use whatever you have on hand. 1/8 teaspoon of pepper. So I'm going to do a half of this 1/4 teaspoon here. And then ground cumin. And you want a teaspoon of this. This is a 1/2 teaspoon, so I'm going to do 2 of these. And I go liberally on this because we like the cumin in this recipe. Okay, there we go. We're going to stir all this up. It's such a pretty, colorful salad. Get the avocado separated. Sometimes it likes to stick to itself. Okay, we are going to add a 1/4 cup of extra virgin olive oil and also a 1/4 cup of red wine vinegar. Let's find that measure. There we go. Pour that on top. Now just stir all this together and let it sit for at least 30 minutes. You can sit it on the counter to do that marinating, or your refrigerator if you're not going to use it right away. And of course, adjust the spices to your liking, but usually the measurements I gave you work really well. You may want to double this or triple it if you're having a large crowd, because it's very popular and everybody likes it. It's a great recipe for serving with corn chips or tortilla chips at your next party. If you try it, let me know how you like it, and I thank you for watching again. Please give my videos a thumbs up and subscribe if you're enjoying them, and I will see you next time. Bye.